Hello. Now that you've dug into the why behind differentiation, now we can dig into how we can use Seesaw to differentiate instruction. In this video, I'm going to walk through a few different features that allow us to differentiate within Seesaw, all living within the Activities tab. So to start an activity, we would go up to the plus button here, and I'm going to assign an activity. Now I have my library here, or I could go out to the larger community library and access other people's great ideas, but I'm just going to stick with my library for today. When I go into assign an activity, I have the ability to assign it to specific students or groups of students. So if I click on assign here, I can decide which students. So I can go into my fall account here, and I can go in and I could pick which students. Do I want to give it to my sample student? Every time I recommend giving it to your sample student so that you can see what students see. I can give it to Marcus and Pranjali, or I could just give it to Pranjali and my sample student, differentiating my instruction. Once I've selected who needs this assignment, I'm going to click on the green check mark, and I'm going to assign it to the class. It will give me a little pop-up window of what the students are to do to complete the assignment. Another unknown fact is, though, that I can take this exact assignment right here and I can edit it and copy it and change it just a little for another group of students. So I'm going to go down to those three dots in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, and I'm going to select copy and edit this activity. I get the exact same activity, but now I could go in and provide maybe a video explaining what they are to do and walking them through the steps, because this group of students needs a little bit more direct instruction. Or I could add additional templates to this activity to clarify or bring on more learning for the students. And then I select save, and then I can go and assign this copy to another group of students. So I can go in here and select these students, and in this case, since I already gave it to my sample student, I may not this time. And I'm going to give it to Marcus because Pranjali had already gotten that other one. So now I'm going to click assign and assign to class. That is one way to differentiate instruction within Seesaw, using the assignment tab and just tweaking or adjusting the assignment for each group of students. The other feature that is really a major piece of Seesaw is the ability for students to use the drawing feature. So I'm going to go in as a student. I'm going to go back to my journal, and I'm going to go in as our sample student. And we have a sample student activity right here that has been given to the student. So I'm going to click on this activity. This student has already completed this activity. So let's go into another activity over here. And I'm going to add a response. So I'm adding a response that says Marcus. And now I have the drawing ability. I can go ahead and record what I'm saying while drawing and moving things around and pressing the buttons. So I have the microphone feature over here. This would record my voice while creating my work. So I'm going to click that. You can see that it is recording as I go, and I'm going to start moving things over. Thin, thin, shh, shut. So the student can be getting us not only where would they put these things, but what is the thinking behind it, and how are they reading these words. When they're completed, they're going to click on the done button. It now turned this into a little video that the student is going to turn in. This video will then end up on the student's portfolio because it's going to end up in their student journal. Select here. It takes a few minutes, it's telling me, so I can't turn it in as it's thinking. But as soon as I'm done, I'm going to click on the checkbox again. It's uploading now. And the student has turned it in, and they've created a little video, a snippet into their thinking of how they completed this work. Beyond just that worksheet that I would have gotten in the past where I would have to ask a student to come and explain to me their thinking, I'm getting it all in one package. Now that we had a few tools to look at in Seesaw, in the discussion thread below, share how you might use these features to differentiate instruction in your classroom or other ideas you have to share with the larger community. Thank you.